come once or twice in my life.
All right, we got to get you some new moves. I think Trump stole your moves, so I think we can't be doing that.
What about this stuff? No, just there.
This is where I live, bro.
They say if you talk like this, no, for real talk. That's why Trump talks like this, because they say if you talk like this, it presents power. So if you see a
To
lot
me, that does not present power.
I agree, but there is something about like
that presents like you have cooties and I'm afraid of you.
100%. But now okay, so he does this thing, which I think is a little too much.
If it's this,
so it's actually this. It's hands up. It's this. This presents power. It's hands in front, out like that. That's what they say. It's a powerful
all right,
stance.
so we're gonna do this whole show
out like this.
Power stance.
Power stance. Yes. So this
I
hands
feel
up.
like I'm about to
I need
choke
my
somebody.
hands for like a lot of different reasons. DJ McDuck in the house, and DJ, you know what you get just for showing up. As soon as I get my sound effects on the right page, you get yourself a little bit of. Right, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome. I'm Nick.
I'm Kevin.
We are pumped to be here. We're the two dumb idiots. Air horn, that's right. We got a good show for you guys today. We're gonna talk cheeseburgers. We're gonna talk French fries. We're gonna talk voting for 5 seconds, and then we're gonna leave politics completely out of it because that's what we do here on the show.
Oh damn, your boy made it on time,
but not sober.
Well,
you get an actual
50-50.
You get a straight air horn for that.
Hey, look at that.
Damn,
5 months.
Paul with the 5 months, been here since the jump. He gets a double one. Wow, Paul subscribing for 5 straight months. Paul, thank you. Paul's been here from the jump. He's our moderator. He's the one that keeps us in line.
Try and beat him, folks.
Every now and again, the show's gotten off the rails, and he's had to take over, so we appreciate it.
If anything, that would take the show completely off the rails.
It would be really great if, like, we were over here and we got, like, so sloshed one day.
We're just like,
Paul boots us out of the chat. Clicks over to him. He's like, "Here, Paul, in the kitchen cooking."
making sandwiches.
Yeah,
That's great.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it, man. Your constant support is amazing. You're a good friend and a good listener, so I appreciate it. And you guys are great. So let's get into it, man. If you've never been a part of the show before, you're an idiot. But today, what we do is we talk positive stuff. We have some fun. We leave out the politics, and it's just good vibes, man. Good vibes all the time. We love the chat. We love having fun. Wait, there we go. Jared's in the chat. Everybody gets an air horn, dude. Let's go. You throw your name in the chat, you're getting an air horn, because air horns are dope. And honestly, I need an air horn to follow me around everywhere I go.
I need
dude.
like a hype man.
I roll up into like Ralph's, and you're like, "Hey, let me get a soda." You're like, "If you get one, buy one free." And I'm like, "What? Oh, let me get that out of here." Just blast like grandma checking me out.
Oh my god, there's a show where the guy walks around with like a sound effect thing on his shirt.
Yeah.
I think it's I'm pretty sure it's actually a Big Bang Theory episode.
Okay.
And the guy doesn't speak. Like he's like around girls, he's super scared. And he has like this
Does it do different sound effects?
Yeah, and he, like constantly throughout the show, he magically has the perfect sound effect for everything.
Oh, I love it.
Like at one point, he hits like the Law and Order sound effect, like dun dun dun.
Yeah, love it. Like, Raj, there you go. Yeah. Paul's all you. I think air horns everywhere would be great. There's no chance that at least some people wouldn't find it funny. Actually, to be honest with you, if I had to really take a sound effect, it would be this one. There'd be nothing funnier than me. Like,
this is me.
Boo! Just out in public.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if I could like place the speaker elsewhere.
If I was getting
and then I just stand back and just hit the button and it would just boo off from the side.
I would love to just be like in like a Home Depot. Somebody bends over to pick up like a rake, and I'm just like, "Whoa, easy there, darling. No shame in your game. I respect it." All right, guys, let's get off the bat here. We like to start off with some shout-outs. We like to start off with some good vibes. We're going to go ahead and shout one of our co-hosts, Lamb, out today. Lamb,
just one of them.
Just Lamb, shout yourself out here.
All right, so over the weekend, it was the holidays, and at the gym I go to, they had a little thing. I actually got to dress up. And guess who won Best Male Costume?
Bam! Lamb coming in with the Vince Vaughn impersonation.
Yeah,
there.
the average Joe Jim right there.
Very, very nice.
I thought working out in that was appropriate.
It looks like nobody else showed up to the gym in that picture.
Well, they made me take the picture after we worked out, which was so much worse.
That's bullshit.
I know. So I had to like go stand off by the side and be like social distance so I wasn't near anybody and get my photo taken. And then they took, because it's all different classes, so throughout the day they took all the photos and then the coaches voted on the photos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Probably the only guy at Hot Pilates. That's what I said, Paul.
Hot Pilates. That I did hot yoga and it is one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. I could only imagine hot Pilates would be 10 times worse.
I have also done yoga, not hot yoga, but I have done yoga, and I literally thought it was going to be like stretching the whole time, and I was pouring sweat. So yoga not easy. All right, as we've been working on our segues, speaking of Vince Vaughn, we're going to open today by just mentioning rumors. We like rumors. They spoke to Vince Vaughn recently. He said that he's been in talks with Owen Wilson and the director of Wedding Crashers. Apparently, they've wanted to make a sequel for a very long time, but they didn't have a very good idea. Apparently, now a very good idea has presented himself. That's Vince Vaughn's words, not mine. He said there's a very good idea on the table now, and now they have been in discussions for a new movie. So they said it's very, very preliminary. It's very early on. But I will say this from somebody that has written YouTube videos, from somebody that writes a show twice a week now. You know when you have a good idea and when you're trying to make a good idea, and there is a very big difference. Yeah. There is a very big difference. Even when me and Lamb are writing the show, sometimes we're like, oh, we got it. Like, this show's going to be great. We're super pumped. Other times we're like, man, we're going to have to work for this one. To hear Vince Vaughn, who I think has missed since that movie a lot, and I think it's because everybody tries to go out of their wheelhouse and do something, but really him in this very tight space is what makes him funny, I think, right?
I don't think he's independently funny.
Right, maybe, yeah.
I'm saying in an ensemble, in a or a duo situation.
He's reactionary funny.
He's great.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of projects came his way as him being almost like a leading comedic person. He was supposed to be the entire funny of the movie.
Right.
And it's not.
Right, and I say this all the time. I say some of the best roles you'll ever see your favorite actor in will be the side role, right? Like, if you look at, like, Will Ferrell in this movie, I think it's one of Will Ferrell's best roles.
He's in it, 15 minutes?
And I think it's his funniest role maybe he's ever been in, right? So
might be his most quoted.
Right, might be his most quoted, exactly. I can say this from my acting standpoint. I tell you this all the time. I always wanted to be the main character. And everything I always auditioned for. I never landed, almost ever landed the main character. But they always gave me some weird side character, and I ended up having more fun with it anyway. So I think in this movie, he had, kind of Owen. Here's two things, too. Owen Wilson is one of the actors that is very big on making the scene feel real by improvising. He doesn't like to fully memorize his script. He likes to have like a vague idea of where the scene is, and then he likes to feel it out. That really bothers some actors. He did a movie with
Woody Allen?
No.
Because he did. I would imagine that.
I think it's Behind Enemy Lines he did with,
okay.
What's that guy's name? It's, oh my gosh, I'm never going to come with, it's an old actor's name. I can't think of his name.
Morgan Freeman?
No, I'm trying to even picture, Gene
Hackman?
Gene Hackman. He does a scene with Gene Hackman. Apparently in that movie, Gene Hackman is a stickler, word for word. He reads the exact script. They told Owen Wilson for that movie, you have 3 scenes or something that you have to do with Gene Hackman. Memorize every single line. Do not do any of that normal shit that you're used to doing. So I think of that when I think of Wedding Crashers. I think that's what made it so great. You have Vince Vaughn, who's instinctually funny. He's witty. He's off the top. And you got Owen Wilson kind of improvising. You see, like, the wedding scene. Most of that's not even written. They're just being idiots together, right? So I think then you go put Vince Vaughn in some of these movies and force him to, read the script. Maybe he's not as funny. This, I actually have good expectations for because it's going to be those two knuckleheads improvising again, right?
As long as they're smart enough to actually go with what works.
Yeah.
Then for sure it can be funny.
Yeah. DJ said, hey, shout out Derek Lore. He's had a few drinks. And Mata Meatloaf. That's right. He's constantly shouting it. So very excited for that. I hope Vince Vaughn gets his groove back. He tried to do True Detective, and I'm an acting critic. I'm critical of people on stage, on film, and I thought he was really mediocre. I thought he tried really hard, and I thought he did an okay job, but I thought it was a really big reach and a really big role for somebody that hadn't tried something like that. But all right, let's go ahead and move on. Lamb showed me something, and I thought it was absolutely necessary that we bring it to the show. It's everything that the show represents.
All right, so this is your boy Walter,
my main man Walter, who I thought was a lady. Let me and before we go on, you will understand why. Look at that picture of Walter in that helmet. Tell me that doesn't look like an old lady. For some reason, I don't know why, it looks like an old British lady. I
get you. I see what you're doing there.
I don't know why that is. Do British women have stronger chins than we do?
Maybe. They develop a stronger chin later in life.
Yeah, so looks like it could be a
50-50
for sure. But this is Walter. He's a man.
So Walter turned 91, and
that's the whole story.
That's it. Congrats.
We just couldn't believe he was a man.
I know. Good on you, Walter. You did it. 91 years. You've been a man. You killed it.
It's tough out here. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So he had on his bucket list, he'd always wanted to drive his car through the garage door. I don't know. Walter's a man of simple desires.
Simple pleasures, you know.
But they decided to let this happen.
They say he gets a real rile out of like a good knitting.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a good knitting session. Yeah.
He said him and talk radio are best friends.
Really gets his juice. He said
NPR, he just doesn't miss it.
He said he's never more excited than when he's trimming the hedges out front. That's what he said. No, okay.
So here's Walter getting in the car, buckling him up.
What an unbelievable bucket list item. I'm just being honest. Like, if you have a bucket list, everybody's is like the same, dude. Yeah. Jump out of an airplane, go to Italy, whatever, you know.
So then the whole family's there. They line them up and wait for it, folks.
I don't think it's playing.
Yeah, like I said, wait for it.
I didn't know how long they would think they'd have to wait.
And bam! Walter comes busting out of that garage like a boss.
Like an actual boss, dude.
Oh, look at that smile, man. That's got to be so cool.
I love it.
He's like, hell yeah. He probably doesn't even have a license anymore. He doesn't give a fuck.
He's probably hammered drunk, too.
Living his life.
Drinking with Derek out there. I love it for a variety of reasons. First off, let's do an episode on bucket lists. Yeah. I really do. I would love an episode on bucket lists. Yeah, it's so worth it, dude. I agree, Jared. Like, that actually, like, as far as a bucket list item, destruction involved definitely gives you, like, an edge in a bucket list. But yeah,
I know. I feel weird that I'm like, man, I want to put this on my bucket list.
I agree.
Actually, there's something similar on my bucket list.
What's that?
Kicking in a door.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Straight up kicking in a door.
100%. I want to do any kind of SWAT team raid, dude. Yeah. If in my lifetime, I don't get to do this, like, one time with the fingers, you know what I mean? Or just, like, a couple of some of these, I'm going to be really upset. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Kind of air traffic controller. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, they're like, do you realize you just told people to shoot you?
You also said you want to
steal second?
Exactly. I will say every single the symbols. I'm just talking random and tangenting, but the symbols for SWAT teaming must be exactly the same for everything all the way across the board because I never see in any movie they ever change. It's the fist, right?
Yeah. Like zip it.
Yeah. Stop moving. It's they do like
there's like this way.
Yeah, they do something.
You that way.
Yeah. And then there are some baseball-y symbols, right? There are kind of like some like nose touching or I don't really know. Oh my God, I thought Paul was responding to that for a second. I was like, damn, Paul, do you know?
Yeah, we don't got time to read that paragraph, Paul.
DJ's hype, dude. He's about to go crash through his own garage door.
I'd recommend it be your own if you're gonna do it.
I also wonder.
But if you were gonna get a new garage door anyway,
I do wonder if like. Maybe like it's his wife's house and she's like passed and he like just like quietly hated her and he's like that was like his.
Or he was imagine he was about to knock it down anyway.
Yeah.
I just start doing shit like that.
That's true.
Yo, demo. What are we doing? How we demoing this garage? I got you.
Okay, so real quick here, I'm gonna mention Paul dropped something in the chat here. We do gotta plug our own show. If you haven't followed along, hit that follow button, that purple heart there. What if you looked and saw that Paul? He has been a subscriber for 5 straight months. He does not even pay for that subscription. He supports us with his subscription by simply linking his Amazon account to his Twitch account, and then every month he can give us a free subscription. So just want to shout that out. Appreciate that, Paul. He dropped a link in the chat. But yeah, Walter, man, he's a hero. He's going down as a badass. Let's go ahead and jump on now.
All right, so we don't really like to talk about politics.
We don't do it,
but. You know, everybody's been inundated with this electoral map.
Yes.
You know, just getting smashed in the face with it constantly.
Yes.
So I came across this one, and I think I needed to share this as the correct.
Throw it up there for him. Yeah.
This is the correct electoral map.
This is you can drop it there, Lamb. Go ahead and tell them about this little.
All right, it's an electoral map, and it's Biden wins every state that contains codes where Ludacris claims to have hoes because he's got hoes in different area codes.
That's right.
And apparently, if he did, Biden gets 416.
Wow,
crushing it.
Wow. So if Biden had hoes in all the area codes,
and they all voted for him,
and they all voted for him. Well, okay, so it does tell me though. This is actually really funny.
Somebody went through all the area codes and found where they are, then made them happen.
What I understand about Ludacris is he's big on the East Coast, is what he's a fan of.
A little bit on the West Coast. He's not so busy in the middle. He's not a big fan of the mountains. And definitely not a fan of the cold.
He doesn't have one girl in the Dakotas, dude.
Doesn't like the cold, bro.
Doesn't like the. What about Alaska, dude? No Alaska.
Nah, but he's Hawaii, yo.
Yeah, Hawaii, Colorado.
Yeah, you're surprising.
That is surprising.
Okay. You think Denver would have some?
And then all the way up there, no Vermont, no Maine.
He's not big on the New England either.
New Hampshire.
He said he hates the Patriots, so he can't deal with any girls that are Patriots fans.
You got to think it's ironic that he's not in West Virginia, too. Just straight. No girl in Oklahoma? Oh, what is that? Oregon? Yeah, Oregon, too. Oregon's beautiful, dude. What's up with that, dude?
No legal mushrooms.
I didn't realize that he had that many area. I thought, okay, so when I heard the song, I just always assumed that 10 of the area codes were like, you know, in the same couple states, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would think like Atlanta has like, what?
5, 6 area codes?
Least.
Right. So I figured they were like that. I didn't realize he was just really genuinely credit. So that's kind of funny.
Wonder how accurate this is.
I know. And legal mushrooms in D.C. too. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we're getting there, bro.
Oh, we're getting there. I didn't know that. I didn't hear that. All right, we're getting to that. We just...
but speaking of presidentials...
Speaking of our segue, speaking of presidentials...
your boy...
We've been bashing this fool since the jump.
Whoa.
Got you.
Put it back up.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I thought it was the dumbest shit ever that Kanye West announced that he was going to vote for the presidential election. I thought it was so stupid. We talked about it on the show. We made fun of his ass. We even talked about who his vice president was going to be. Remember?
Yeah, we had a whole little thing.
We had a whole little bracket. So we at least had to touch on whether he did okay. Apparently, he got 60,000 votes. I'm just going to say this. I think that should be like a quiet
those
test.
people should be on a list.
That should be a quiet test, and then everybody that voted for him should be on a list, and they should be
go back to high school, get their GD,
psych evaluation before they're allowed to vote in the next election. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
If you think this guy's the best option and president, I am concerned for your well-being.
Yeah, they said he was on the ballot in 12 states and got over 1,000 votes in every one of those states.
12 states.
12 states.
So he got 60,000 votes in just 12 states. Which state did he get the most votes in? I would say maybe Atlanta.
Well, Atlanta's not a state.
Sorry, Georgia?
Yeah,
Atlanta,
Georgia. It's solid.
Georgia.
Yes.
I would say
California, he was not on the ballot, so that has the most people.
Really?
Yeah.
That does surprise me. Were they like strict about it, I wonder? Or if it was just like...
just didn't meet the criteria or whatever. He didn't get it in on time or whatever it was.
If I'm a moron and I'm going to try and be president, New York, California, Texas...
A lot of states said he didn't like get it in on time and like didn't give it to him. So, yeah, I guess like maybe like a knucklehead state.
Yeah, what's the knucklehead state that he would be the
West
most...
Virginia?
Yeah, where there's no area codes. I don't know. Do you have information?
Yes.
All right.
So the actual state in which he got the most votes, he got over 10,000 votes.
Ohio?
Could have swung that election.
Yeah, could have swung the election.
Tennessee.
What?
So Nashville, Memphis.
I wonder why that is. Music?
Big music people. They're like, can you make some good music?
Maybe he has like family there. It's so bizarre.
All right. Got 10,000 family members.
Yeah, maybe he's got like
a big extended family down there.
A lot of cousins.
Yeah,
a lot of cousins.
Family reunion's real big. Yeah. He's passing out leaflets.
Loves it. We looked. I was curious if there other been celebrities. I know Ronald Reagan was actually like a celebrity. I know that we looked it up. We said Roseanne apparently ran for president one time. That would be an actual nightmare. I looked and saw Howard Stern.
Talking about people on Twitter.
Yeah, right. Howard Stern ran for office. Clay Aiken from American Idol ran for office. There is something about becoming famous, and you immediately like, you know what? Now that I'm famous, I think I know better than everybody.
You got Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he's
he did pretty solid from what I understand.
I'm just being honest. I don't know what he actually did though. Like I know he won, but I don't know what he I don't know what he's responsible for.
Yeah, I don't know. California seemed to not like explode when he was there. He had Jesse the Body Ventura.
DJ, that pisses me off. He was Amy said he was on the Colorado ballot too. So man, I that would actually be really trippy because when I went in to vote, they had like the two big names, and then they had a zillion people underneath that I had never heard of. If I saw Kanye West on there, it would have given me at least a small chuckle.
Like, what? Sure about that?
That's kind of funny. All right, let's go ahead and move on. The real winner of the election has already been announced, whether you guys know it or not. The real winner, so there's people running, but nobody cares about that. The real winner of this entire election right now, is just straight drugs. That's the actual winner of the election right now. So far, we have, what do we have? We have Oregon decriminalizing all drugs. Everything.
They're just heroin, cocaine, everything.
But you said not legalizing, decriminalizing. Yes. Very big difference. Who else do we have? What else do we saw? Let's grab that list real quick so we can just say it. Okay, so we saw Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, New Jersey, and South Dakota all passed measures to legalize cannabis. All different. New Jersey was recreational, right?
There's a couple recreational.
Okay. So Arizona, Montana, recreational. Arizona, man, they're and Montana. Both of those are very different states than I visualize in my head, I guess. Mississippi, medical cannabis. South Dakota, medical and recreational. That's the first time it's ever been done. They said all 7 people in South Dakota voted for it, so that was really surprising.
Yeah, it's weird.
How many people have voted in South Dakota? It's got to be less than 1 million, right?
I'd be shocked if it was 500,000.
Losers. But yeah, that was the real one. Okay, we only bring this up though, actually mainly because of the Oregon one. It's a little political for us, but there is something really interesting about this. So Oregon has basically, like I said, decriminalized the possession of methamphetamine, LSD, heroin, all this kind of stuff. And at first, you're like, why would they do that? Drugs are bad, right? I mean, we agree heroin, cocaine, that kind of stuff is bad, right? We can agree with that, right? Like, it's unhealthy.
Yeah, it's not really like getting you going in the morning.
I don't know,
much more productive on heroin.
People that are like super productive, right? But you had some really interesting points, and the more my brain opened up to it, the more I thought it was interesting. For you to decriminalize all hard drugs, what happens is it stops becoming something that people are hiding, right? That's first step, right? 2, I mean, just from a psychological standpoint, I think, now I think that's human to human, but I would say most humans I've ever encountered have some kind of inclination to want to do things that they're told they're not allowed to do. Yeah. I think there are some people that are the opposite. I think there are some people that want to live every single day by the rules, and that's the way they enjoy things, and they have no inclination to break the rules. I don't know any of those people. All of my friends, all of my family loves breaking the rules. And I think I'm one of those people. It's like, here's a small example. Here's a good example. You go to a movie theater and they allow you to bring candy in. I'm just saying it out loud. I really, to my very core, don't believe it would be that much fun to bring candy into a movie theater if they were totally cool with it. If you could just walk in holding a box of candy and you could just walk in with it, it loses something there. There's something about sneaking candy into a movie theater.
How much can I fit in this?
Right, I've snuck in McDonald's in there, right? Like, you roll in with...
Yeah, I'm pulling cheeseburgers out of my pockets.
Like a pizza's tucked in my shirt, you know what I mean? There's something about breaking the rules, even a small rule, that people like doing. So when you go back to the drugs, even I'm never going to go down some heroin, cocaine road ever, but... Is there even a 1% curiosity? Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm curious. You're at least curious, like, look, dude, people are loving it. There's got to be something exciting to it. There's a curiosity to it. So you decriminalize, you make it not illegal anymore. I think right off the bat, you take away that kind of that stigma, that excitement that you're doing something legal. Right? But second off, you said something to me, which is that now it makes it easier for people to get help. Go ahead. What were you saying to me about that?
Well, like, first, if you're doing something illegal, are you going to call 911?
Right.
Are you going to call the police to come help you or anybody?
That's so true.
No, right. You're going to hide it immediately. You're not going to call anybody. You're going to, are you going to be in the safest places? If you have access to clean needles, if you have access to help, like if you can go see a doctor and just or a therapist and say like, I think I'm addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
And they can help you and it's not a big deal. It just takes that stigma away. That alone is a huge change, I think, in just the way people can look at it. Yeah. Like if you're doing something and ashamed of it.
Yeah.
And like it's illegal, I'm ashamed. like it makes you not want to seek help.
It almost makes it impossible to tell anybody.
Yeah,
it does. And I think of like the only thing I could really equate it. This is not a great parallel, but even like overeating, right? It's like eating poorly or overeating is something that people openly joke about. Like people are like, I put on my Thanksgiving weight or whatever. People say like, I got to lose 10 pounds. People are always like openly like, man, I got to work on this. Drugs, you will never hear ever somebody say, man, I got to get off this cocaine, right? Yeah. Like because because you're already like, it's illegal. You're an idiot. You shouldn't be doing it, right? So it's already, you're an idiot for doing it. So you couldn't possibly even take help because you're so stupid. You're just doing something already. So
I would kind of equate it to maybe 30, 40 years ago, being gay.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Like people were like, I'm ashamed. I can't tell anybody. And like didn't feel comfortable. And now it's become so much more accepting in culture.
Yeah.
That people are much more willing to talk about it initially and like earlier and like be comfortable and just
it opens the doors for everybody. Now, like I said, anytime people want it, like if people are discussing it, even like a family member, like you have a family member that's struggling with something. Now you're not so scared to like reach out for help for them because it's not like you're gonna get them arrested. Like if you had a friend, I mean, think about it. If you had a friend or a family member addicted to heroin or something like really hard, you can't even reach for help for that person because God forbid, they're going to actually go to jail for it. So that alone makes it really impossible to help these people. I mean, once you open my eyes to that even just a second ago, it's like, this is the only answer, in my opinion. You making everything illegal makes it impossible to help people. And okay, so you actually have numbers to back this up though, right? I mean, you actually said this.
So Portugal, back in the day, this one, there it is. So Portugal in 2001 decriminalized all drugs. They said the number one intravenous drug user HIV in the entire European nation. They said 1% of their population was addicted to drugs.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane.
That's really high.
Yeah. So they had so they legalized everything, and then so some of the numbers they said drug-induced death since 2001 has dropped, and the one I think they had 2016 or 2015 is the most recent data, but 5 times less.
5 times less drug-induced death since they introduced this legislation.
Most people that are like against it immediately are like, oh, everyone's gonna do drugs and die.
Right.
The numbers literally say it will save 5 times as many people.
Right.
Then they said their HIV infection rate of intravenous drug users was at 104.2 per million in 2000, and now it's at 4.2 per million.
Both of these stats directly correlate to what you were just saying with people reaching for help. Yeah. People that are sick are no longer scared to go to a hospital. People that are in trouble are no longer people that have their friends in trouble. Because honestly, if you're going to do drugs like this, you at least have friends that do it with you. So if you're around that person, you're worried that they're ODing. Now you're not worried to call the hospital and help that person.
Yeah, they literally have drug outreach programs. Right. They have centers that you can just walk in and ask for help. They spend all that money that they would spend on incarcerating these people.
Yeah.
On drug rehab programs.
It also, and this is a weird jump, but also reminds me of like when people started coming home from the war a long time ago, and they said, what did they used to call it? They had like all the terms for PTSD. But
shell shock.
Shell shock. It was. They even had like dumber versions of that. It was like, all these silly terms to call it. But now, again, I think that the very similar issue there, which was like people were committing suicide all the time because they don't want to reach out for help because they thought it was stupid. They felt like they were,
it wasn't manly.
Right. It wasn't appropriate. So again, we just thought that was really cool. It's a really bold idea. It's not, I can't imagine everybody immediately agrees with it, but I do think it's something that, at least in theory, is a good idea. It's not like you're gonna roll into a Target and they're gonna have like a cocaine section. That's not quite what they're saying. Yeah. They're just saying like,
you can't buy these drugs in the store. They're not gonna be available.
You're not gonna go to like a dispensary. You're in the dispensary and they're gonna have it.
One side thing that I did see that I thought was super interesting. They said all of the programs that they're going to implement with this are going to be funded with the marijuana tax.
That's great. We've been saying that on the show forever. It's like as soon as you start selling
millions of dollars they get every year in marijuana tax, and they're going to put it towards helping people with other drug problems.
I love it. And I'm sure if you talk to any pothead, they'd be like, cool, man, that's what's up,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Smoke some weed. You don't have to do coke.
Yeah, if he wants to come over and smoke with me, let's let him up, Okay, so very, very cool. We love the story. Let's go ahead and jump on, though. I really, man, to my very core, I believe that sometimes some of the absolute toughest issues require really outside the box thinking.
Yeah. On paper, this seems like the worst thing you could ever do.
I agree, right? It seems like you're going the absolute wrong direction, but the numbers show that that's wrong, right? It just does. I mean, we don't want to get too political, but that is just something that's what the numbers show. Pothead approved. All right, let's go on and move on to something that is a little bit lighter. We just thought we don't like the show to be all fart and beer. We do like to have some meat on the bone sometimes, and that story to me and Lamb both was really kind of cool. But let's go ahead and jump into something that's way more controversial. Japan messing with a cheeseburger. Okay, so today they announced that they are going to have this on the menu from now on. They're going to have a double cheeseburger
with crispy rice buns.
Crispy rice buns. I am immediately upset. Lamb
I'm
giving it an air horn. So me and Lamb are completely different sides of the spectrum. I have never understood the rice patty thing as a treat. Like, my mom used to buy them. She'd always
right, so first, this isn't a rice cake.
Well, it's kind of a rice cake, right?
It's actual rice.
Okay.
So just
well, is that
then, like,
it's like crispied?
Yeah,
okay,
then you fry it just to make it stick together.
You don't think it's gonna be like airy and light?
No. I don't think it's like Rice crispy texture.
You don't think so?
No.
Rice burger.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Rice patties and rice. So, like, have you ever had crispy rice at the sushi place?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's crispy rice just in a round patty.
I still don't like it. Now it sounds like sushi burger. Is that what it is?
Sushi burgers.
That's
more my style. No fish. That's more my.
I have had a sushi burrito, and I told you I thought it was horrible, and I love sushi. So there's something about a nice, warm, soft bun that hits it for me. This just doesn't. There's nothing about this seems like a cheeseburger. Not to mention, I like ketchup. I don't want to eat ketchup with my rice. There's so much here that I don't like.
The only thing I don't like here is the pickles.
I want to eat that burger. Air horn. Only thing you don't like is pickles. Okay, so that got us going. Actually, that is just something we saw, but we did like it as a segue. Me and Lamb have been arguing for a long time, and we said we were going to do it on the show. We're going to have it out right now. We're going to talk about it. We wanted to figure out in our minds, and we want to hear from you guys, and I did hear from a bunch of you guys, so I'll try and shout out whoever messaged me here. I want to shout out the best 5 chain burgers in the United States under $10, under $9-10. DJ, I know you messaged me with
all the wrong answers.
Red Robin. He said they have a gluten-free bun, so he's all aboard. We can't do Red Robin, Deej. They're like $15 a cheeseburger. If I had $15 a cheeseburger, I could make you something out of like ribeye steak meat. It doesn't count. We're looking for quick in and out, under $10. And we just went with single cheeseburgers, but we can go double cheeseburgers too. We're in our mind. I mean, I'm not ever ordering a single cheeseburger. I'm ordering a double cheeseburger. It's not my first day on earth. I don't want like one cheeseburger. That's lame.
Not 5.
Yeah, I'm not 5 years old. I don't want a Happy Meal. So right off the bat, let's go through at least maybe our 5th spot. I was going to go through some places, but I think that's too much. I want to go through our 5th spot, and what I want to do is I want to go through the top 5. And then I want to throw a couple out there that maybe not on your list, but at least, hey, like...
I got some surprise throws.
Not
Not down my list, but some curveballs I want your opinions on.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So, again...
We'll also pepper in some burger facts.
I like that, too. Let's pepper in some burger facts. Let's start off with this. For me, a good cheeseburger has got to be cheesy. I don't like the hamburger. I get upset when we even talk about it. I don't like it. It's stupid. It's lame. Like, if I'm going to eat a burger, it better have cheese on it, first off. Second off, I like a good bun. I think bun's very important, as we just talked about. I think
it's the most underrated part of the burger.
Very good. And I also think in the last 15, 20 years, it's become more important to use good meat in the burger. And we have seen that. Companies have started to distinguish themselves by better meat. So we're going to talk about it. Let's go ahead and start with our number 5. And we can jump off here?
I'll go first.
All right, go what you got.
I got Wendy's, number 5.
Wow, Wendy's number 5. Okay, all
Fresh,
right.
never frozen.
Fresh.
And it's definitely like a difference.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking, and the reason I put it there is because I wanted there to be like a straight-up drive-through fast food place on this list.
Paul, we're just judging burgers by itself because we have right after this, we're going to talk about fries. No, fries and shake cannot save an okay burger. That absolutely not true. That means the fries and shake were good and the burger still sucked. That's what that means.
I mean, I'm glad I had these fries and shake.
Yeah, we're talking about just strict cheeseburgers. French fries are gonna have their own subject, but I do like a good milkshake. Okay,
milkshake, so we might get in that too.
I totally agree with you. I think Wendy's has found a way to keep the meat juicy. It's a juicy burger, right?
Yeah. I know we're not talking like toppings and stuff like that, but their junior bacon cheeseburger is my favorite, like, cheap burger.
And they're also...
But their regular burgers are delicious.
I don't know
if square shape. I don't know. I kind of like it.
They're also totally willing to just stack like 10 of them on top of each
how many
other.
you want?
Yeah, do you want like a 4-piece? You want like a 5-piece? You're like, is that a thing? Like, yeah, sure, dude, whatever we want.
Just keep going.
And every time their menu just keeps getting weirder. It's like triple stack with bacon. You're like, dude, this is like a 2,000 calorie burger, dude, you know? But I love that about Wendy's. All right, so that's your number 5. My number 5 is something that we don't have out here and I miss. I actually love a good Checkers burger.
Okay.
Checkers I'll give Checkers is 2 things. One, it's delicious. They do have something about, they don't care about calories. They don't care about sauce. They load it all up. The only thing that's, I think they get a hard rep for is it always looks like a disaster. Every time I've ever opened the Checkers burger, it's just like
somehow shifted.
They cannot get it into the bag.
It can't be straight up and down.
Nah, it's always like sliding and sauce everywhere. Not the greatest cheeseburger of all time, but it's messy and it's saucy and I like it. There's a lot of other places that I haven't eaten that I think would at least fit into that category. But for some reason, I have a really good memory of Checkers. I have not had a Whataburger. Have you ever had a Whataburger?
No, it's on my list.
I've never had a Whataburger. I saw Culver's on the list. I've never had a Culver's either. So those are some of them not on the list. All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is it's East and West Coast. I know a lot of people may not have had it.
All right, so we got to stop for a second. Right. We got comments all over the place. I become a fan of OG hangover burgers with the over easy egg on it. Derek, that is actually that's like a restaurant staple right now, man. When I was in the restaurant business, people couldn't put enough eggs on burgers, man. It was everywhere. There is something about it that people do love. I understand that. Amy can't get past the square patty, even though you love the square patty. I don't have any issue with the square patty. I'm understanding that all the meat's coming from the same place, and
they're shaping it.
They're shaping it. That's fine. But I do think it's juicy. Malk said, yeah, it looks like a heart attack. Totally agree. Big Buford, or whatever, how it's pronounced, Paul. Yeah, from Checkers. It slaps. Since Red Robin got voted off the list, I'm going with the Checkers. Fantastic. All right, number 4.
My number 4 is Habit Burger.
Oh, I do like a Habit Burger. They're not on my list, but I do like a Habit Burger.
Yeah, that char grilled, like it's like actually like open fire. You can actually taste that difference.
Yes.
They got some pretty quality ingredients. The bun is nice.
Yes.
Like it's just and value, it's right up there.
And I also think you're talking about something with Habit Burger that is hard to distinguish from everything else. It's kind of why I like Checkers so much. Do I actually distinctly remember their cheeseburger? No, but I remember every burger ever I eating there is good. Habit's like that. Do I distinctly remember their cheeseburger? I can't. But everything I've ever eaten there seems to be a level up in quality. Yeah. It's $1 up. They're like, you can't get like the same price as McDonald's. It's probably $1 up from everything at McDonald's. But I think it's a level up from everything at McDonald's. Yeah. So very good one. I like that one. My number 4, because I can't remember anything, was actually Wendy's. So yes, I love Wendy's burgers. I'm totally on board with you. You get like a double from there. It's hams, man. It's juicy. It's tender. It hits the spot.
My only issue with Wendy's is there don't seem to be enough of them.
Like, okay, right. Like 100% agree. I was thinking in my head, like I love stopping to McDonald's for McDouble. I talk about it all the time. I love a McDouble from McDonald's. It's like $1.50 there, right? But for the price, I can't not love it enough. But if I could actually get to a Wendy's somewhere and have their double, it might be twice the price, but I would rather have it. So, you know.
Yeah, if there's like literally a parking lot shared by a McDonald's and a Wendy's, I'm going to Wendy's.
I'm just going to Wendy's. But, yeah, I do love a good Wendy's. I think that they need some PR help. That's just my option.
Their Twitter's fire, though.
The Twitter's fire, but I don't know if that's bringing in business. I don't know. They seem to be always, like, on the outside looking in. Like, let's be honest. They're better than Burger King, right?
Everybody's better than Burger
King.
But
right, but who's more commercials?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But that's the thing. Burger King's slamming these commercials in your face because they have to.
But I also think that means they're making more money. I would have to assume that, right?
Maybe.
there's got to be
overall probably because there's probably 10 times as many Burger Kings.
Which confuses me. That's what I'm saying. I feel like if Wendy's put in a little bit of elbow grease, they could like actually outdo Burger King. So Wendy's, pick up your shit here. Get the guy that's running the Twitter to run everything else.
Make some choices.
Steal somebody from Chick-fil-A. Like get it going here. You know.
Chick-fil-A had a burger. I can't imagine how good that would be.
Wow, they need to stop slacking and do it. You're right. All right, what's your number 3?
My number 3. Five Guys.
Hey, okay, so Five Guys makes its way on the list. Fair enough, Five Guys.
All right. Five Guys might have been higher on my list, except for the fact that I looked at the calories at a Five Guys burger.
It's intense.
It is so much more than any other fast food burger of equal size or like anything. I don't know what they're doing to 100%. These burgers, but there's somehow twice as many calories.
That's 100%. So I actually just want to specify. I looked up a Checkers cheeseburger. It was 360 calories. I looked up Wendy's. It was 570. That tells me 2 things. They're using better meat. It's fattier meat, but it's probably nicer meat. They're probably using more cheese. And then yours, Five Guys, I had 840.
Yep.
So literally
Habit 470.
Okay, so twice as much calories for their cheeseburger. I think that's important because that means they are loading up like the butter and cheese, and they don't care.
The only thing I thought about after I looked that up was their regular cheeseburger is actually the 2-patty guy. You got to get the junior cheeseburger to get the single patty.
Oh, that's misleading.
I know. So maybe that's why that's so much higher.
That's got to be why. So
it might be in like that
580,
600 calories, but it was still more than everybody else.
You are ranking this off calories. No, we're not ranking this off calories, Paul. We're saying that this is what we talked about off the show. Think about this for a second. Give me a second. If you had to rate 2 cheeseburgers, and I told you one of them cost $10, the other cost $5, the $10 one was 800 calories, and the other one was 400, you would say, well, that's not really fair. This one's obviously going to taste better. So that's why we were trying to do that. But Lamb just said it. They call their cheeseburger a cheeseburger, and it's actually a double. So it might actually be very similar. We might just have mislooked at. So, okay, fair enough. So Five Guys.
Who's your 3?
My number 3 is actually a California staple. Is actually In-N-Out Burger. I don't think they're my number 1 or my number 2, but I was sitting here thinking about it. I would much rather have the McDonald's. I would absolutely probably still choose them. At least their double cheeseburger over probably a Checkers burger. And if I had them in Wendy's, it would be a toss-up for me. It'd be really that close. It'd probably just a preference thing. But I do think their animal style burger is fire. It is a staple here. It's made. I'll give them this. It's made exactly the same way every single time. There is no check.
And they're actually cooking them, so that's super impressive.
We're super impressive. Checkers, literally the guy opens the sliding window and just launches a half wrap sandwich. The lettuce comes out and it just splashes in your face. In-N-Out is like run. Like a national sports team. I mean, you show up, there's people outside waiting to take your order. They're moving you in. They're super efficient, and everything seems to be exactly the same every time I eat it. Worst fries in the entire planet by a long shot. I have no idea what anybody's talking.
I don't understand how they can
It's disgusting. They're
not have changed them.
They're missing by a mile. People are like, "Oh, you got to get them double fried." Okay, well, I have got them double fried.
First 3 are okay.
Let's just start here. If I have to change the original fry, that means the original fry needs to be changed. All right, somebody copyright that, dude. That's what I'm saying.
If every fry order has to be different than what they're saying they should be,
then fix the original one.
Yeah.
If everybody's like, "Oh, you got to order it this 11 different ways," all right, well, why don't they just change the shit? Because the original is bland and it's mushy. Yeah. Right? Is that fair?
It doesn't have a crispy outside.
No crispy fries.
And I've done some research on this, and it's just the nature of cooking fries that are fresh cut.
Yeah.
Because they just cut them and throw them in the fryer, and you're going to get mushy fries. Five Guys has fresh fries, but they're crispy.
Yes.
Because they double fry them.
Double fry them.
But they do it at 2 different temperatures.
Oh.
So they pre-fry them for like a couple minutes at a much higher temperature. Much higher temperature. Gets crisp to the outside. Then they finish them when you order them.
Okay.
That's why they always have all those racks of fries chilling.
That's why my whole bag is covered in grease.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And so they do that second fry, and then, there you go, Paul knows, flash fry them first. And then you get that second fry to cook it through, so it's crispy, but fresh. That's the only way you can do fresh potatoes.
So first off, Malcolm says I'm pandering, and to a certain extent, I will actually give it to you, Malcolm. I am slightly pandering because In-N-Out, simply because of the pressure, pushed its way in. But I was really thinking about it, Malcolm. I'm being honest with you. It's a better cheeseburger than Checkers. And to be honest with you, it's probably a better cheeseburger than Wendy's. It's just being honest. But it is that close for me. I'm just being honest, Mark. It's that close. If Wendy's and In-N-Out, I would probably 50-50 them both all the time. I only give In-N-Out the edge because I think they do a better job as a company, period, all the way across the board. They're everywhere. They are incredibly efficient and affordable, dude. I mean, very affordable. I mean, you're looking at like $2-3 a burger. It's very affordable. So that's why they get the nod there. Amy's saying that she gets some easy fried. I don't know what that means. That sounds like they're less fried.
Yeah.
I don't know. Paul's on the flash. Yeah. All right, so what's
So my number 2 is actually In-N-Out.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, the reason for that is a couple things. One is value.
Uh-huh.
Just the value that you're getting for there. And I crave an In-N-Out burger sometimes.
Yes. That's I should have said that. That's why I put it on the menu. There is every now and again, like, damn, I'm kind of looking for that, right?
Yeah. I don't crave, even a Five Guys burger, I don't crave. I enjoy them every time I eat them, but I'm never like, oh, man, I need a Five Guys burger.
Now.
Like, though I'll be like, I could go for a burger, and then I'll go through the list of places, and Five Guys is one of them. But that's why, for me, the In-N-Out is slightly higher. It's value. I feel like Five Guys used to be a good value, and I don't know if I missed the train or something, but in the last couple of years, they have skyrocketed their burger prices.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, I just can't sometimes justify it when I can get like 4 burgers from In-N-Out for one Five Guys burger.
Yes. Fair enough. I will move on to mine because it correlates too well. My number 3 is Five Guys. Number 2, excuse me. My number 2 is Five Guys. I actually, in order for me to discuss why it's my number 2, it's actually me discussing why it's not my number 1. To be honest with you, because I think Five Guys is like an NBA athlete prodigy. There's a lot of potential, but sometimes it doesn't show up. And I don't want to be that guy, but I ordered Five Guys a lot. Malk, I know me and you have gotten wild on some Five Guys, but I'm telling you, 1 out of 3 times, the burger is not as good as it was the other time. That is, I have ordered Five Guys enough times. I've probably ordered them 6 or 7 times in the last year, 6 months. I would say 80% of them are very, very good. But every now and again, I get one. It's dry. It's overcooked. They're missing something. I don't know. Five Guys, I love it. Now, that's one reason. But let's not bash them completely. It's a beautiful burger, man.
And you can get everything on
when
it.
When it's made well, it's got everything I want on it with the cooked onions, the mushrooms. It's got all the dumb shit on it that I want. And it's cheesy. And it's actually the biggest burger, right? By not even really close, right? They're probably twice the size of everybody else's burger. So if you're looking for like a meal, it's really good. But Lamb said it. Their price is high. So you got to go back and forth with value. Do you want to order 2 burgers from somewhere else, or do you want to order 1 5? 5 also up on the price scale, so that does it a little bit for me. Like I said, they're rare to find. They're hard to find. Five Guys aren't everywhere. But their burger, like I said, potential. If they made the burger every time the same way, it would be an easy number 1 for me. But it's not the case. They miss sometimes, and it bums me out. But I couldn't agree with you more, Lamb. Five Guys deserves to be on the list, at least in the top 3 in everybody's list if you like a good cheeseburger. It's actually... They do a wonderful job.
Can we also add, can In-N-Out just start having bacon?
Yeah, slap some bacon on there.
You telling me double with bacon? And you know In-N-Out would cook that bacon right.
I'm sure they could.
They'd have fresh bacon.
I can get a triple there, can I?
Yeah. And I get the 4x4 sometimes if I'm feeling feisty. Protein style, because, carbs.
DJ said, no, let's get back to bashing Five Guys. How do you eat those guys and not shit yourself? I didn't say I didn't, DJ.
Sometimes you got to clear the system, buddy,
Yeah, colon cleanser. And get my colon cleansed. No, I look, DJ, I agree, man. They are hearty. They're heavy. Like I said, that's why for me, it's hard for me to launch them into a number 1 because there is just every now and again there's a drawback, and my number 1 doesn't have a drawback.
I think you and I are going to have the same number 1.
Yes, damn. That's awesome because that means we're on the same line. Number 1 is...
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack is got to be there.
Killing it.
They're just killing it, dude. They're just killing it.
The potato bun is fire.
You're a bun guy.
Oh, my God.
It's so fire, dude.
If you're not on the freaking...
Burger King is the best. Rosetta, you're crazy.
That better be a joke.
God, I think which Burger King burger specifically? Go ahead.
Yeah, the Whopper.
The Whopper.
Plain.
No Whopper. It's got to have cheese on it, dude. If I could get my hands around the neck of the Burger King CEO, I'd be like, do you know how much money you're losing by not putting that fucking cheese on there, dude? Everybody would be in there eating your sandwich. Nobody wants a plain ass. That'd be like serving soda without ice, man. That's just how we do it here.
We like room temperature.
Stop doing it. You know what I mean? Everybody wants a cheeseburger. It's the reason that every other place has cheese on it.
Travis, disappointed by Shake Shack. Then you didn't eat the right thing. Carl's Jr.
Okay, you got to try it again. Sonic deserves to be in the top 5. Paul, I have not had a Sonic burger. I went one time and got their sandwiches and was wildly disappointed, so I have not gone back. All right. So
I've always been disappointed.
Rosetta's joking with us. Okay.
But yeah, that burger, they smash it down. They get that crispy edge, that flat top grill. Like, it is just
Let's talk about, if you haven't had a Shake Shack, and I totally understand why you haven't, they're not everywhere. I really do understand. Lamb has one good point about Shake Shack, which is that the quantity of food you get for the price, it seems like a low price, but if you're going to eat at Shake Shack, you have to get 2 burgers.
Because even a double burger doesn't quite do it.
The double burger doesn't quite do it. You're going to have to get a double and a single or 2 doubles. That's just what it is. So it's going to end up costing you a little bit more than everybody else. Lamb has a variety of good points, though. One, they actually do smash the burger. So you get like a crispy edge on it first. Second off, they are using different meat than everybody else. I don't know what it is. It's got to be...
It's just better.
It's just a better quality meat. I'm just being honest. It's just a better quality meat. They have a really nice potato bun. It's always the same, dude. Every time I order it, it's delicious. And let me tell you this. I talk to my friends about this. So if you're in here, you're my friend. You've heard me brag about this a lot. The person that started Shake Shack originally ran a hot dog stand. I think it was somewhere obscure. I think it was Florida.
In like the park, I think in New York, I thought.
Oh, okay. Maybe in New York. Okay, yeah. He had a hot dog stand. This dude was a really good chef. He started this hot dog stand. It was so busy. He had a line around the block all the time. He got into kind of a joking argument because he said that he was annoyed about all these punk-ass burger spaces opening up, and he said they're charging $8, $9 a burger. He said, I could do it for less, and I could make it better. Kind of started out as a joke. He started making these burgers. People loved them. 10, 15 years later, there's Shake Shacks everywhere. This guy's a real cook that started it. He really knows what he's doing. I'm telling you, if they missed on you once, go back, give it another shot, get a double. And I'm just saying this as far as the place goes. Get a chicken sandwich and tell me it's bad there. I mean, actually, I know it's not everybody else's. And be honest, me and Lamb didn't even correlate. So I'm telling you, me and him didn't even talk about our list. The fact that we landed on the same one, I'm telling you, it maybe is not for everybody, but there is something to be said about a Shake Shack burger. It's really, it's them and Five Guys. In my opinion, them and Five Guys are head and shoulders above everybody else. And it's Five Guys and Shake Shack, and then it's everybody else. That's just me. That's my opinion. I don't think anybody else is that close.
I've literally started making burgers in a similar fashion to how Shake Shack makes them, like the smashing the patties.
Yes.
At home, as opposed to is my new style of burger, and it is amazing.
So, okay, and Irish is, if I have to buy 2, it's not a good burger. Well, that would discount a lot of burgers in this conversation then. In-N-Out.
We're talking flavor.
Yeah, we're talking flavor, because otherwise In-N-Out's gone, Checkers is gone. I mean, the only one that lasts is Five Guys. It's the only one that you can order one burger and be happy. Every single thing on this list, I can't order 1 double cheeseburger from Wendy's and roll out.
Yeah.
I can order 2. So, Shake Shack is a little bit more expensive, and that's why I said it's not. I know it's not for everybody. But like I said, maybe y'all have Shake Shacks and they're running with some like punk ass, people working there. But the ones here in Los Angeles roll out some quality.
All right, so don't be kidding. They are straight fire.
Frozen White Castle.
Have you had frozen White Castles?
They're delicious.
I am shocked at how good they are.
It's all bread. Everybody likes bread, dude.
But I'm just saying, like, for being frozen, like microwaved hamburgers.
Yes.
They have no business tasting as good as they do. Have you ever had a fresh White Castle burger?
Yeah, one time me and Malcolm went to Detroit to watch an Eminem Jay-Z concert, and we had to roll through a White Castle. I had no idea what the order system was, and I got up there, and my heart leapt. It was like, I got there, it was like, ugh, would you like the number 2? It's 40 burgers. I was like, what?
Yeah. I grew up, and White Castle was pretty close. We had a bunch of them. We still do. I might have to get one if I go home for Christmas.
Yeah.
It is one, I almost put it on my list.
Yeah.
It is so iconic. Did you know White Castle is actually the original chain burger?
No, I had no idea.
From 1921, they
Get
started.
the hell out of here. Wow, that's fascinating. I did not know that. Somebody said, "Am I the only one that doesn't like to eat burgers with milkshake?" You might be, because I love a good milkshake. But I'll tell you this:
but I don't eat it at the same time.
No, I eat it after, and it immediately.
Then it's a dessert.
It immediately leads to a shit. DJ's totally cool with 8 burgers at a time.
I used to get a suitcase. It's like a 24-pack. It came in a handle.
That's amazing.
And you roll out, and each one's in a little individual carton, and you just dole them out. It is so good.
Somebody was saying something that I was going to comment on. Oh, Malcolm said we should do a blind taste test, and we should. We should roll out a couple burgers in here and blind taste test. Maybe not the ones we already had before, because I will know a Shake Shack burger the second it hits my tongue.
All right, Malcolm, you come up here, you buy us a whole bunch of burgers, and we'll taste them.
Yeah, that's right, Malcolm. We'll roll up here and get them to me. No, if I would like to try some of the burgers out there. So Rick, one of our listeners, commented, said he likes Jack in the Box. I love Jack in the Box as a place. Mm-hmm. Right?
They're tacos.
They got tacos, they got cheeseburgers, they got curly fries. I would say I've really never had anything that Jack in the Box is bad. They have like a garlic butter cheeseburger. It's just dumb good. Like, you just putting like butter on burgers now. It's just fire. I love Jack in the Box as an option. Do they deserve to be up there with like the Five Guys and Shake Shacks? No, not in my opinion.
Just like, you can't have like a frozen burger patty.
No.
It just gets microwaved or whatever. And like,
I know Amy sent me In-N-Out, so I know the California people. And I'll be fair. Depending on what your taste buds had first as a kid is probably going to influence you. But the only thing I'm saying is I never had a Shake Shack till I came out here. So the fact that they've 180'd me out of a Five Guys, it tells me that that's really what I do enjoy. I never had a smash burger, right? Like, I've never had somebody make a burger like that for me. So very new experience. I think some other people recommended, people threw some cheeseburgers at me there.
We might have to do a little drive around. We don't have everything here.
Yeah.
Like, and then the problem is, we're talking cheeseburger. A lot of people are like, oh man, you get the monster thick burger from Carl's Jr. and it's great. Yeah, it is great. It's also $14 and it should be. It's their better thing. We're talking about their base level.
That's true.
Entry.
And Carl's Jr. I think Carl's Jr. is a good burger, but I would put Carl's Jr. with McDonald's and Burger King. I just would. I'm not saying. Look, do I agree that McDonald's has a good burger? Yeah. Do I agree that Carl's Jr. has a good burger? Yeah. But do I agree that they're on the level of Shake Shack, In-N-Out, and Five Guys? No. That's just my opinion. This is our show. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
That's why we're having this discussion.
But I love you guys' opinions. I appreciate it, because you guys
ever had a Crystal burger. Paul's over there talking about Crystal mini burgers. It's the southern version of White Castle.
No, but I'll tell you this one. I never had it, Paul. I never heard of Crystals. I'll tell you this. They have Smash Burger out here in LA. They have them near the Staples Center. Outstanding burger. The only reason they're not on the list because they're expensive as hell, and I don't know if they fit under a $10 mark. They're right there. They're like 10, 11, but I don't think they fit in this category. Smash Burgers is fire. I've never had a Whataburger. Everybody says they belong. Steak and Shake, is that?
Yep,
Steak and Shake. I don't think I've ever had a Steak and Shake burger, but they were on a lot of people's list that were messaging me saying, hey, you ever tried a Steak and Shake? No, I've never tried it.
I got Steak and Shake Shack confused for years.
I thought they were the same place for my entire life. Yeah, 100%. I didn't know they were two different places, and they need to talk to each other and mix it up.
Yeah, I know. But like, guys, it's a little too close.
Like, what are we doing here? Not to mention Shake Shack doing themselves a disservice by calling them a shake place. It's not deserved.
Their shake is probably like their 6th or 7th best item.
Right. I love their shakes, but I'll tell you this. One of the cool things about their shakes is you can add anything to it. Yeah. You want to add, like, you can add actual Oreos. You can add just the cookie Oreo part, or you can add just the cream Oreo part. You can add coffee. You can add peanut butter. You can add bacon. You can add, that was Five Guys. No, wait, was it Five Guys?
I think it was Five Guys.
Maybe Five Guys had the bacon. But yeah, I mean, Shake Shack, a lot of different varieties. I love all of it. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's get into the next category. If we missed one, has got a Shake Shack. Oh, they also, Farmer Boys out here. There's a burger. Never had a Farmer Boys? Ooh, Farmer Boys has really top level burgers. I would say they're, again, $8 a burger though. So they're up there in the top category, but very, very solid. Let's move on to French fries though. Keep it brief. To me, French fries is a completely different subject. It's person to person. Mm-hmm. The quality could be all over the place, and I think it's really just a taste thing. My number 3 is actually going to piss people off. My number 3 is McDonald's. Wow. I think if I get really crispy fresh fries from McDonald's, covered in salt the way they do it, I'm going to eat half the box. I don't like eating a ton of fries. I just don't. But if they roll out that and I'm dipping in some ranch or some sour sauce or whatever, I couldn't be happier. I thought about Burger King. They're crispy, but they're kind of flavorless. Yeah. I thought about the Wendy's. I don't like Wendy's. There was a lot of other places I like. But in the top 3, and I want to give credit to Malcolm, my old roommate here. He said this to me. When you think of a French fry, you kind of always think of McDonald's, and I kind of agree. Yeah. That's actually pretty
They're
true.
an iconic French fry.
They're iconic French fry.
All right, my number 3. I got some bold choices on my list.
Five Guys, hands down, no convo about it. We've all been waiting for them. 3 McDonald's, 2 Checkers, 1 Five Guys. All right, go ahead.
My number 3, Arby's.
Whoa.
Curly fries, those Cajun curly fries.
Yeah, yeah.
Love those. They got flavor to them.
Yeah?
If they're crisp, like if they're cooked right, the only thing with the curly fries, there you go.
Yeah.
The only thing about the curly fries is if they're not crispy, they are garbage. You get the soggy ones. Sometimes they are just really not good.
Joe, you were kind of you were like right on time for that comment. It was like the same second Lamb said it, so I'll give you credit on that. I do agree with you. I love Arby's fries. They're kind of a knockoff of my number 1, so I totally understand that. My number 2 is something we've already talked about. And actually, it's kind of getting weird because me and Paul's list is, I think, identical, which is annoying. My number 2 is Five Guys. I love Five Guys fries. They're like boardwalk fries. I would say this. I don't know this for a fact, but I grew up on the East Coast, and when you went to the beach, you had boardwalk fries. You had the big...
That's a Maryland only thing.
Is that a Maryland only thing? Okay, so you had the big hunky fries. You dump in vinegar on them, or malt vinegar, excuse me. It's delicious. Every year we ate them. Five Guys has very similar fries, but I will say this. I will lend an olive branch. If you don't like those kind of fries, I'm not going to hold that against you because it is a completely different style of French fry. Yeah, I fucking hate steak fries. I roll into a restaurant and they roll out big chunky steak fries.
That's one of the reasons I hate Red Robin.
I hate it, dude. Don't roll me out a potato and call it a fry. I actually get annoyed. I know that you're just saving money. I know it's cheaper to make steak fries than it is real fries. I don't like it. I think it's junky. But again, so it is kind of close. I would say steak fries and boardwalk fries are at least cousins, right?
Yeah.
They're kin.
You got some soft potato inside. And it's like there's enough, and that's a real thing. Like
That's
McDonald's fries don't have potato inside of them.
No. Burger Kings are like legitimately hollow. Dude.
Yeah.
That's why I said I couldn't give it to them. They're hollow, dude. There's nothing in there. Just like it's a snap.
They've created the rectangular tube shape.
It's like a pretzel, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't count. So for me, I don't know, man. Let's do number 2, actually. All right. Number 2.
I thought you said that was your number 2.
Oh, yeah, that was my 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is actually McDonald's.
Okay, very good. Wow, I didn't know that we were going to go there.
Yeah, so my McDonald's, like you said, the thing I think of is I was in Disney World, got to be 25 years ago at this point, and you're walking around, and there is a cart, and it is just selling McDonald's French fries. Mm-hmm. They don't sell anything else from McDonald's. Yeah. It is literally just a giant thing of fries, and they're just salting them in front of you in this big window and doling them out, and you just walk up and get fries.
People just falling over dead.
And there's a huge line of people just getting fries.
And then another line of all the dead ones.
Yeah. But I thought to myself, I remember I was like a teenager at the time. I thought to myself, is there any other company that could just throw out their French fries only as a stand and make money doing it?
Burger King would be laughed off the block.
Yo, we got the BK fry stand.
Laughed off the block. Yeah, I agree, man. McDonald's is a staple, man. They people bash McDonald's a lot, and I understand. I think they deserve every amount of criticism they ever get. But when you roll into McDonald's, I know it's part of their handbook, moral code, whatever. They give you hot fries. It's part of some rule in there that they want they don't make big batches of them at a time or something. There's something about they always are hot. So it's something about that's fair. Real quick, Joe did show out Permane Brothers in Pittsburgh. It doesn't count because it's not a chain, but they have similar fries to Five Guys in a way, very similar, Joe. So you're kind of on the same track.
Apparently, Disneyland's got the fry truck as well.
Oh, really? Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, that's
courtesy of Amy.
There you go. Okay, so my number 1 is I don't know what. Oh yeah, my number 1's Checkers. I don't even know why I'm looking. My number 1 is Checkers by a long shot. I remember as a kid, the first time I ever had Checkers fries, I was confused as to why I had never eaten fries like this. Yeah. I didn't know why anybody wasn't doing it like this. I still, to this very day, don't know why anybody doesn't do it like this. The only explanation I can have is either they're wildly unhealthy and they don't want to do it, or it just costs a lot more money.
But and it's Checkers, so I doubt it.
Right, so the second one doesn't really make sense. But their fries, and again, you've had fries like them. You said Arby's is a good example. Jack in the Box. Both of those kind of have similar-ish fries. But again, head and shoulders above them is this Checkers French fries. It's crispy, it's hot, it's got some unbelievable. They're really the only fry, in my opinion, giving a flavor to you.
I think you're gonna be both pleased and
upset.
Not upset.
All right.
I think we both went in a similar direction.
Okay.
My number one is Popeye's Cajun fries.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like they're basically Checkers fries.
Basically Checkers fries. Yeah.
Yeah. They are the beer batter kind of fry. They have flavor in the breading.
Yes.
Like they actually are delicious.
Yes, right. And there's a real flavor to them, and not to mention Checkers fries are maybe, in my opinion, I'm trying to think. I mean, maybe Five Guys. Not really. I would say they're the only fries I would eat without even sauce. I'm a saucy dude. I like sauce with everything, so that doesn't really impress. I know that doesn't impress you guys. Like, oh, you eat without sauce. I know a lot of people, you probably just eat fries. I don't want to eat fries unless I'm dipping in something. Checkers, I don't really need anything. It's like, every single fry is delicious.
Like, yeah, if I can't open up the Popeyes fries on the drive home because they will be gone before I get home, and I won't dip any.
Yeah. But Checkers is out of business out here in Los Angeles. I don't see them anymore. There's got
Rallies.
Rallies, yeah. They go under Rallies out here, but I don't know what it is. Same thing with Wendy's compared to Burger King. Like, there's got to be like. It's like the same reason, like, you look at a football team and they suck, or the football team's got good players, but they suck. It's like the general management must suck. Like, there must be, like Checkers know how to make food, but the general manager must not know how to, make the business work. Or location. Maybe the one they had here was, I don't know.
The worst location ever?
Yeah.
Couldn't even get into the parking lot?
You couldn't get into the parking lot, right? It was like this busy intersection, but you had to, do 3 U-turns somehow to get in there. It was just really confusing. They're my number one. I don't know. I'm just being honest. I don't know who you'd even put in that category against them, to be honest. Anybody have anything that you would say clear number one fry that we did not name? Because I'm looking for it. Burger King, I actually was...
I had completely forgotten about Checkers fries because it's been so long since I had them.
Yeah, I think they're on a whole different level of French fries.
But I felt confident because my decision's basically the same as yours, just from another place.
Yeah. What is the closest rally is near you?
Yeah, turned into a Starbucks.
Yeah, turned into a Starbucks. Yeah, and there's probably garbage. 7 Starbucks right near it, so it's annoying. I can't think of another fry that's even on that category. Like I said, I know McDonald's is kind of the epitome. I would never put In-N-Out in that category.
Habit has good fries.
I don't remember Shake Shack even. I don't
they have that crinkle cut. It's weird. They feel like
whack.
It's weird because they're like, obviously, like, you have this beautiful food that you do, and then you get the most fake shape of a French fry.
I don't get it. Their cheeseburger is like this high class, wonderful meat choice, beautiful bun, and it was like somebody the very last second before they put the burger. I was like, oh shit, you gotta give him a potato. And you're like, what? And somebody just smashed it.
They're like, go grab the frozen bag of Ritas.
like what, dude? Yeah. Yeah, Checkers are Five Guys, so we're kind of all in the same category. What about sweet potato fries? Arby's carries a sweet potato waffle. I like sweet potato fries, but I wouldn't put them...
They're a different thing.
But I don't...
It's like saying tater tots.
I agree, but I don't think I would even put them above it.
No, I wouldn't either. I'm just saying they're just a...
But that's fair, though. I appreciate Paul giving us a little tangent there. Yeah, sweet potato fries are a totally different section. I know a lot of people do love some sweet potato fries. I do, though. It's weird because you go into a restaurant sometimes, especially one-off restaurants, not chains, and you go in there, and I know for a fact now that I've ordered food, you have a rainbow of choices.
Too many now.
Too many for what you want to order French fries. I don't know if you guys know this. If you work at a restaurant as a general manager and you want to order fries from your dispenser guy or whoever it is, your guy, he will give you a piece of paper and it will be 2 or 3 pages long. And you'll go, what am I supposed to do with this? And then they'll go, okay, here's your French fries. You got your basic French fries. Do you want them long, medium long, short, heavy salted, light salted? You want sweet potato fries? You want them crinkle cut, long, short? And it's like, it is this unbelievable choice of French. There's probably 70, 80 options of fries you could choose from. I'm always dumbfounded when you go in and they pick some shitty one. You're like, dude.
Cheapest one you got.
It's like, dude, give me at least a crispy one.
Step up slightly, and you will get return customers.
Yes.
Got Joe over there with the Chick-fil-A, the waffle fry. Thoughts?
I will say this. I don't put them in the categories of other fries because I don't think they're the same, but I do think they're delicious.
I think they're the best saucing fry.
Yeah, they're great for just a
dipping.
They're like a spoon. Dude.
It gets in there, gets in those crevices really well.
Chick-fil-A does everything well, though. I constantly tell Chick-fil-A stories because
DJ, get off the Red Robin train.
You're only there because of the gluten-free bun, Deej.
Just get it protein style like a man.
I actually haven't been
lettuce wrap, baby.
I haven't been to Red Robin in a long time, and I'll tell you this is so junky because we're talking about chain restaurants. I don't like chain places like that. I don't like Applebee's. I don't like Red Robin. I don't like TGI Fridays. I don't like, what's another one?
Chili's.
I don't like Chili's. I don't like any of that shit, man. If I live in a place where if you're eating at that place, you're an idiot. Is that fair to say? If you live in Los Angeles and you're eating chain foods
and you're like, yo, Olive Garden, baby.
You're a fucking moron, dude. You're an actual stupid person.
Get some Italian food at the Olive Garden.
We live in a city where at a moment's notice, I could throw a football and hit any group of ethnic restaurants. If you're still rolling out like an Olive Garden, I'm going to have to punch you in the mouth. So I can't get down with any of it, Deej, but to be honest with you, Deej, just to be fair with you, I haven't had Red Robin, I'm not kidding, in 15 years. There's no way it's more than...
I've had it once in my life. It was the one down in Lexington Park.
I've had
it was the only one in my life.
The only time I can actually think of it is in Waldorf, which maybe I shouldn't count anything from Waldorf.
No, it's like... might be sea level, even Red Robin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I couldn't shoot. Yeah, the area I grew up is a pile of shit. So, nobody wants to go to Applebee's alone. That's right. Yeah.
Unless you're in Calvert County, and then a lot of people go to Applebee's.
Tell your football
alone.
stories at Applebee's. I mean, yeah, where I'm from, again, where I moved when I was later in life, where I met Lamb, very small rednecky town. Applebee's was the only place there, and it got a lot of attention. The only thing I liked about Applebee's was all those happy hour shit.
$3 Brutuses, man. They would just
$3 brews. They had like $3 Long Islands.
Yeah,
they had like all the happy hours.
Yeah.
The appetizers were half off. You go in there, spend $12, had 9 drinks and 75 wings. It was crazy. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. We don't want to keep you guys too long. It's already 5:15. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show with a little petty story. How you like that, Lamb?
Oh, I like it so much that
you're gonna help me find a button.
Petty story of the week.
Yeah, let's get.
That's how much I like it.
That's how much Lamb likes. We're getting a little petty story. Okay, so this story is, I would say, just if we have a petty meter of 10, I would say this is just ratcheted up a little bit from all the other stories, which tend to be like in a 3 and a 4. I would say this is like a 5 or a 6 in the pettiness because somebody actually lost something in this one. But I like it. So in this story, I'm just going to read it from their perspective as I always do. So our neighbor's kids do not know boundaries and like to play in front of our house and sometimes in our driveway. First off, issue with that immediately. I was a kid and I was rambunctious. We were crazy. Paul, you can attest to this. We took the whole cul-de-sac. Like, the entire street was ours. We were playing cops and robbers. We were playing kickball. But I wasn't in their driveway.
Yeah, there was, like, rules.
I'm not
like, there
in
was,
there.
like, certain unwritten rules. Street was fine. Even if, like, your stuff went into the yard, you were, like, run in, grab it, and run back out. Like,
I don't, right. Like, I never played in anybody else's grass either. And there's almost like an invisible line when you know you've crossed. It's not like an actual line, but you know when you've crossed into their area. They said, we do not mind them doing that, but we find it disrespectful when they leave their toys behind our cars at the end of the day. Yeah. That would piss me off. I'm not even trying to be the guy that's like a curmudgeon and yell at these kids, but like, don't be leaving your shit in the driveway. I slip and fall on your Tinker toy, and I'm pissed.
Back up and drive over it.
Yeah. He said countless times we've had to move their stuff out of the way to get our cars out, and there have been a few times we've actually run over their stuff, and there's been closer calls, they said, with some of their stuff. They've had bikes and strollers that they've left in the driveway. I live in a building with, I don't think they live in here anymore, but we live in a building that used to have kids above us. And they had an actual issue with that too. They always left strollers and toys and shit out front. I have no idea what it's like to be a parent, so I can only imagine just being like, F it every day. I'm sure I would be like that sometimes.
Hopefully they steal it.
But I just think it's weird to leave a toy just out front, unless you really just load that toy. I think it's so strange. Anyway, they said that as my significant other was heading out to put the trash out for work this morning, he found one of their bikes right where we were supposed to put their trash can. It was just leaning up against right on the curb where their trash can is. Husband didn't do anything about it. He just rolled their trash can and put it right next to the bike, and they left for work. When he came back, the bike and the trash had been emptied. The trash person thought it was trash, so they just took the trash can with him. They said that the husband claims that the neighbors came over eventually and asked them about it. The neighbor said he had no idea what happened. He said he saw it out there. He told the neighbors, yeah, I thought you guys wanted it thrown away. He said he couldn't quite believe that, but he thought it'd be a nice lesson. I don't think there is a stronger lesson than purposely getting your neighbor's bike thrown in the trash.
Now, do you think he intentionally thought that bike would go with the trash?
I do. I think that they tell the story as if it was some big haphazard incident, and he just threw the trash can out there. You roll out 7, 8 in the morning, you put the trash can, you look, you know where the trash cans are. If in our area, if there was a bike leaned in the same area and I put it up there, I would know there's a 50% chance that bike's getting yanked, right?
But I'm saying, do you think he's like just secretly hoping, or is he like?
The reason the wife tells the story, because I think they knew. I think they did it on purpose. The fact that the neighbors came over and she includes that in the story about the neighbors came over and say, "Hey, have you seen her bike?" And they said, "Oh, it was sitting by the trash." You know, it's almost like they were hoping that would happen, and they would have to explain it to the neighbors. Sometimes, though, I say this, man, sometimes the best lessons are hard lessons. And as a kid, you lose a bike like that. I honestly think about it. If I lost something that I really treasured as a kid, like a bike, the next time I had it, I would always put it away. I'd be scared to death that I was going to lose it. And now for the rest of your life, you're going to take care of your items better. So, maybe a good lesson, but.
It's just one of those things, people don't have nearly the, respect of, items they used to.
No, for sure. That's very true. I mean, there's the movie, Book of Eli. And he talks about there's post-apocalyptic, and Denzel says in there, he said, we used to have too much. And the girl he's talking to, she said, "What do you mean?" She said, "We just have too much. We had all this stuff and we didn't need it, and we took it for granted." And that's how I do feel that way right now. I feel like there's even in my own house. I mean, a great example is my freezer right now. Me and your freezer could feed a family of 4 for a month. Right? Like, that's just what it is. And I think that's most people's freezers, just vegetables and potatoes and frozen meats and stuff. It's like we have more than we need. And you look around and almost all of your stuff, even like my phone is a good example. My phone's cracked to shit. It's like, if I break this phone, I got to spend $1,000 and go get a new phone. But it's like, for some reason, we do struggle to appreciate the small things we have in this world. So, again, maybe it's a good lesson for them. It's a good lesson for the parents over there, too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. Anyway, guys, if we missed something, if we missed a French fry, we missed a cheeseburger, let us know. We want to do a little bit more of this kind of stuff. We love debating it. It always gets the chat riled up.
Yeah, Malcolm said he's going to bring us a bunch of cheeseburgers to try blindfolded and see what we think.
Paul's talking about some fond memories of me and him hanging out as kids. And
I've heard about the one in the tree.
Yeah, so one time Tony didn't like the neighbor, and we had a little war going on. Tony snuck over, grabbed his bike, put it at the top of the tree as if it was a Christmas ornament. And when the bus picked us all up at 6:30 that morning, we drove by, and the kids said, "That's my bike." And as we all rode by, there it was in the tree. Watching him get it down was equally as fun as watching him see it. Yeah, good time as a kid, man. I took my bike very seriously as a kid. My bike was everything. We spray painted ours. We kept it clean. We had my stepbrother Kurt had little dice in his spokes. We put tennis balls in the spokes. We did everything as a kid.
You had that sweet basket on the front.
That was the old pink one with the
old Schwinn
with the horn. Yeah. No, we had pegs on each side because for some reason your bike also doubled as an Uber at all times.
That's pre-Uber.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, I'll ride on pegs.
Oh, bro, you want to come to my house? Yeah, I don't have a car. You jump on the bike. I was like, "Oh, my brother's here. Oh, he can jump on the front." You're like, "What?"
I'm gonna pedal 3 human bodies. You were doing Tour de France as like it was nothing.
Never even thought about it, dude. Nobody had a helmet on and just rolling down the street, and the bike weighed like a zillion pounds.
I know.
You're just trying to keep it up, Yeah, right.
Quads of steel.
That's right, dude. Good old days, man. I don't even see it very often. I don't see kids riding around with spokes. That's the oldest thing I've said ever on the show, but I don't see it anymore.
I don't see BMX bikes anymore.
I know.
It used to be like the thing.
I mean, it used to be the thing to have a bike and then go run it over a dirt ramp, smash yourself all up, and come home and be like, "Mom, I'm bleeding everywhere." And that's what it was. That's what.
You just like come home like, ugh.
Yeah.
And you should like wash you off, and that was it.
That's right. That's why Tony still rides bike, and that's why he has calves of steel. All right, guys, and we appreciate you guys hanging out for the top 5 burgers and the top 3 French fries. We will be back Monday. Absolutely no idea what we're going to be doing, but I will keep you guys posted on the Instagram with some good discussions. Man, honestly, man, right now there is just nothing going on in this world. There's no news anywhere. If we don't want to talk about the election, there's nothing. Literally no news outlet is covering anything but that. So hopefully this weekend we can get over this election and we can get back to some fun conversation. But I hope you guys had a good time today, man. If you guys have any other top 5s and something you'd love to argue about, send me a message, man. I'm open ideas. We're not closed at all. If you guys want to message me about anything about the show, man, we love hearing from you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Nick.
I'm Kevin.
We are the 2 Dumb Idiots. Love you guys, man. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I've been called dumb once or twice in my life.
Paul thinks milkshake should be the next top 5. I don't know if I have a top 5 milkshake. It's going to have to be top 3.
My stomach. I'd have to go do some research.
That's right. I have to, a lot of research.
Oh, no. Are we talking milkshake flavors?
Can't put McDonald's up there. It's always broken. Top 5 Fred Robbie burgers. DJ!
DJ, you're about to get it.
If I give you a horn right now, I would. All right, love you guys. Let's do it.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And definitely check out our podcast wherever podcasts are podcasting.